Hello everyone, Simon Toohey here for Hemp Foods Australia, and I've got a delicious little dish I'm going to make for you, a hemp seed pesto. Hemp seeds, they are an amazing superfood and they look like this. If you've never seen them before, they're nutty. When you break them down, they're creamy, they are full of flavor, and my gosh, are they good for you. Omega-3, 6, 9s, you've got some amazing proteins, you've got some amazing fatty acids. We can talk about that later on, but for this pesto, I'm putting them straight into a mortar and pestle and I'm going to grind them down. Now I'm going to turn that into a nice sort of almost creamy, buttery consistency just by working it around in circles. Now you might know these as hemp seeds, but they're also called hemp hearts or hulled seeds. All of that, they're the same thing depending on where you are in the world, funnily enough. But here, hemp seeds is what you're after, and these are organic hemp seeds. And you can see now, if I hold this up to you, you can see it's starting to turn into a paste. Look at that, see how it's holding? I've got a clove of garlic, and I'm gonna break that down as well. I'm gonna be using kale. You can use whatever you like, really, but in this case, I'm gonna go a hearty style. Okay, that's broken down beautifully. We're gonna add our wet ingredients now. Now, the reason why I didn't do that at the start is because when you're using a mortar and pestle, it's quite difficult to sort of break down something like a green and then also liquid at the same time. You find you end up making a slushy mess and it never actually gets to the right consistency you're after. So I've added my lemon juice now. Just gonna work that around. In fact, I'm gonna get a spoon because I don't really need to break it down anymore. I've done all the hard work. I've turned the beautiful hemp seeds into a cream to start with. And that's a really important part because that creates the texture. It also releases such beautiful flavors within the hemp seeds. Just gonna move that around there and you can see it's really binding itself. Pepper, and then oil. Now you can use Hemp Food Australia's hemp oil, which I would recommend, but if you don't have that, something like an olive oil, an extra virgin olive oil, which is also very good. All right, that is looking amazing. The colors are fantastic. I'm just gonna give it a little, make sure I'm doing the right thing. And then don't be afraid to play with it yourself. You like more acidity, add more lemon juice. You want some more fattiness, add some more of the hemp seeds, add some hemp oil. All these, we're leaving it up to you. All we're saying is hemp seeds are where it's at. Now the best thing about them is unlike sort of flax seeds, chia seeds, you don't have to treat them beforehand to get the nutrients you need. They're ready to go straight away. And that to me is a winter pesto for any time of that season. Hummus, we all know about it, but what you don't put in your hummus, or what I don't think you do, is hemp seeds. And hemp seeds to me is my go-to when it comes to adding it into basically everything. I take a handful and I put it in my salads. I take a handful and I put it in my dips and across the board into smoothies, into amazing sort of cakes or breads. Love it all. This hummus is one of those. Now, classic hummus, you're looking at chickpeas, garlic, oil, salt, and tahini. Now, we're not obviously using tahini in any of these three recipes because the hemp seeds are the replacement or the substitute. And so it's got that wonderful fattiness, it's got that creaminess, and it binds everything together beautifully. So instead of using tahini, have a look at using hemp seeds instead. Delicious alternative. I'm gonna make three different types. I'm gonna make a classic hummus, and then I'm gonna make a beetroot, and I'm gonna make a pumpkin. All of them, though, with Hemp Foods Australia hemp seeds. And I've got 2 tins of chickpeas in there, and I've got 9 tablespoons of hemp seeds. Now, don't worry, you're not all just gonna have 9 tablespoons in one. The recommended amount of hemp seeds to be used is 3 tablespoons per serve per day. Now, obviously, we're gonna make 3 different types. So if you do the maths, I reckon we can find out that's about exactly right. And you'll have the right amount of omegas, your right amount of fatty acids, and the right amount of proteins, which I think is a really fantastic balanced diet. I'm gonna go ahead and blitz these until it comes to a nice sort of thick mess. Okay, look at that. That's the shaggy mess we're after. 3 cloves of garlic, breaking that down with our little blitzer. I've got lemon juice, massive fan of acidity when it comes to a good hummus. Here is some white wine vinegar. Okay, and now, hemp seed oil, season, salt, pepper. I'm loving hemp seeds these days. It is just the most amazing ingredient because really, it is just delicious. And the added bonus is how good it is for you. And that to me, with a little taste, let's just see how we're going. Acidity, wonderful creaminess and fattiness, and the soft, elegant, nutty flavor of hemp seeds is divine. Now, the next one, we're gonna make a pumpkin. And I'm gonna split this off because I'm gonna have one that's gonna be used with the pumpkin and one that's gonna be used with beetroot. And I've just thrown in roasted pumpkin into there, and all I'm doing now is blending it up. It's that simple. And look at that transformation. Roasted pumpkin hummus. Okay, look at that, divine. It's gonna head over with our classic hummus. Now, in with our roast beetroots, the color. Whew. And we're gonna do the same thing as all the others. We're just gonna blend it into a paste. Beetroot dip, roast pumpkin dip, and our classic hummus. And I tell you what, there's a trio of dips that would make you so, so happy. Now I'm gonna make a dish which is flipping a few things around. We're gonna make curried avocado. Now that's obviously a play on the classic curried egg, but where the protein comes from the egg, instead of using that, we're actually gonna use hemp seeds as that form of protein. I'm using organic hemp seeds. You can also get Australian hemp seeds, both from Hemp Foods Australia, and both really delicious and nutritious. So straight into a bowl, I'm going in with some Keen's curry powder. Now in this sort of stage, you'd probably use mayonnaise, but because your avocado has wonderful fats as well, it's all we need to create that wonderful creaminess you get from the curried egg, but curried avocado. Seasoning, salt, pepper, and then just to give it a little boost, give it a little bit of love, I've got the hemp gold oil, hemp gold seed oil. Look at that color. Now, I'm just turning this now into a paste. Classic, mash away until you get the consistency you're after. Right, a little taste, back of the spoon, so I'm gonna use the front. Something else, oh, that is amazing. I love this. Warmth from that wonderful Keen's mustard, beautiful silkiness that's been created from using the hemp gold seed oil and of course the avocado. Putting that to the side for the moment, we want some texture. In the old days, it would be sort of maybe iceberg lettuce, but I'm gonna create some acidity because we have no acidity in there at the moment. I've got some gorgeous rocket leaves. You can use baby spinach, you can use silver beet. There's a lot you can use, but we've got rocket here. Got a great pepperiness too, which is gonna balance beautifully with the hemp seeds, that nutty flavor you get. So just a little bit of lemon juice, and then we're gonna go in with a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. I'm just gonna toss it around. That's it, right? Let's come back with our curried avocado. And there is one ingredient I wanna add to it, again for a bit of warmth, Tabasco. Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do you like heat? 5. If you don't, 1. If you don't at all, none. Bring in our little beautiful pieces of toast. You can use bread, but I've got sourdough here. Love a sourdough, big fan. There we go, look at that. I mean, more the merrier. You always think it's too much, but I promise you it's not. I'm using the organic hemp seeds from Hemp Foods Australia, which means the hemp seeds aren't irradiated. There's no herbicides, there's no pesticides. It is really, really good for you. So there's no fear in that at all. You can know that what you're getting is absolutely beautiful for you. Now that is on my toast. I've got my wonderfully dressed rocket here. I'm just gonna lie that on top. And of course, finishing with some hemp seeds. And I tell you what, if you make this for the kids or for anyone, they will not be disappointed. My smashed curried avocado with heaps of hemp gold seed oil and hemp seeds as well.